Hello, welcome to this new tutorial about the Docker. Today we're gonna learn about web apps with Docker. Great. So now we looked at Docker run, played with the Docker container, and also got a hang of some terminology. Armed with all this knowledge, we are now ready to get the real stuff, i.e. deploying web application with Docker. A static site. Let's start by taking baby steps, alright? The first thing we're going to look at this is how we can run a dead simple static website. We're going to pull a Docker image from Docker Hub, run the container, and see how easy it is to run a web server. Let's begin. The image that we're going to use is a single page website that I've already created for the purpose of this demo and hosted on the registry. We can download and run the image directly in one go using Docker run. As noted above, the RM flag automatically removes the container when it exists. Since the image doesn't exist locally, the client will first fetch the image from the registry and then run the image. If all goes well, you should see Nginx is running message. Here, you see, Nginx is running. Okay, now that the server is running, how to see the website? What port is it running on? And more importantly, how do we access the container directly from our host machine? First, hit Ctrl+C to stop the container. Well, in this case, the client is not exposing any port, so we need to rerun docker run command to publish ports. While we're at it, we should also find a way so that our terminal is not attached to the running container. This way we can happily close your terminal and keep the container running. This is called Detached Mode. In the command, the flag D will detach our terminal, P will publish all exposed ports to random ports, and finally, name corresponds to a name we want to give. Now we can see the ports by running docker ports container. You can open localhost 32769 in your browser. Note that if you're using Docker Toolbox, then you might need to use Docker Machine IP default to get the IP. You can also specify a custom port to which the client will forward connections to the container. Sudo docker run port 808080 88-80, and now if we go to our browser, we can see that the client is forwarding connections to the container. To stop a detached container, you run docker stop by giving the container ID. In this case, we can use the name static site we used to start the container. Docker stop static site. Okay, sudo docker stop static site. All right. I am sure that you agree that it was super simple. To deploy this on a real server, you would just need to install Docker and run the above Docker command. Now that you've seen how to run a web server inside a Docker image, you must be wondering, how do I create my own Docker image? This is the question we'll be exploring in the next section. Thank you for following this brief video. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.